This video is brought to you by John Robson Guitar Tuition. If you enjoy the content, please consider supporting the channel by enrolling on a course, purchasing some guitar lessons or a t-shirt, or you can join my Patreon. Now, on with the show. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. Now that little snippet of a solo that you just heard there was played on this guitar. It's a Glarry something or other. Telecaster copy, basically. Incidentally, that solo, there is an extended version of it along with a full tab in both Guitar Pro and PDF formats, and a jam track to play along with. All of that is up on my Patreon page. There's the address, and the link is in the description. Just a little special thank you to all my wonderful Patreon supporters. Anyway, back to the guitar. You may recall a little while ago that I did a review of this guitar, which was a Glarry Strat copy, and basically what I did was I got in touch with Glarry and said, I've been hearing a lot of good things about your guitars. Will you send me one and I'll do a review on it, and then I'm going to donate it to this kids charity that I support, you know, Zoe's Place. So they duly sent me the guitar, and I did a few tweaks to it, modifications, upgraded the pickups and so on, and then donated it to, as I say, Zoe's Place. But this was the one I really wanted, but it was out of stock. Anyway, fast forward a little while, a very generous chap called Andy, who's a viewer to this channel, said, you know that Glarry Telecaster copy you wanted to do a review of? I've got one. Do you want it? So I said, well, yeah, okay. So this is courtesy of a chap called Andy, who is, as I say, a viewer of this channel, and he sent me this guitar, and we're going to do a bit of a review of it. If you're interested in just cutting straight to the chase and hearing the sounds of the guitar, then there's a timestamp down in the description box. Just click on that and you'll go to the sound clips that I've done of this guitar. But let's talk a little bit about, well, the specs. I'll put those in the description so you can go down there and read, you know, the timbers and all that sort of stuff. But there's nothing out, you know, there that's going to throw you any surprises. It is, you know, pretty standard fare, this guitar, and, you know, very good for it. In terms of how it arrived, well, Andy, I should say, basically told me that all he's done is, you know, fit new strings. It's had no kind of setup work or anything done on it. So this is essentially how it turns up from Glarry, and it's really nice, actually. The action is nice and low. You know, there's no fret buzz. There's certainly no fret sprout. You don't get that cheese grater effect as you're going up and down the sides of the neck. The tuners are nice and stable. They get the strings in tune and they keep them there. The other thing that's really weird about this is, as you can see, it's got a top loader bridge. The strings load from the back there rather than going through to the back of the guitar. Now, people often say, does like the difference between a top loader bridge and through body stringing affect the tone of the guitar? And the main thing for me that it affects is the feel of the guitar. It tends to make the guitar feel quite, a through body stringing tends to make the guitar feel quite stiff and taut and, you know, has a lot of fight back, which I like on a Telecaster, because it encourages you to dig in and play harder. and you know, that in turn does affect the tone. But this guitar just has a top loader bridge. It's strung up with 10s at the moment, and it feels stiff and taut, tight as a drum, you know, and it's got that characteristic uncompromising Telecaster feel. So any thoughts that I was having about doing a string through conversion, it just doesn't need it. It is fine already. The only thing I've done since this guitar turned up is there was a little bit too much, for my liking, relief in the neck. So I just tightened the truss rod, maybe even an eighth of a turn, if that much. And it just kind of, you know, closed that gap between the strings and the neck in the sort of middle portion of the fretboard. And, you know, it plays slick and smooth, no fret buzz, low action, and you know, it's a very, very satisfying and enjoyable playing experience. The back of the neck, like a lot of Glarrys, is like a satin finish, and a lot of people say that these guitars have a very, you know, they don't feel like they've had a final sanding. It still feels quite rough. This one doesn't. I don't know if that's as a result of just having been played for a little while before it came to me or not, but even if it does, you know, it's a fairly easy thing to sort out just with a little bit of wire wool or something. Yeah, so nice low cut note, perfect action at the first fret, plays nice and slick all the way along the neck. It's, you know, what's not to like? So I'll tell you what, let's have a listen to how it sounds. We're going to run through each position on the pickup selector, starting with the bridge, middle, then neck positions, and you're going to hear all three of those settings through a clean sounding amp, a crunch sounding amp, and a bit more of a classic rock overdrive sound. So here we are with the clean tones. Now let's show it a little bit of break-up overdrive and see how it gets on. And finally, let's wind the gain up a little bit more and see how it copes with a bit of a classic rock sound. So I think you'll agree that certainly the bridge pickup has plenty of that characteristic Telecaster bite and bark to it. it's identifiably a Telecaster sound. Same thing with the middle setting. It's just got that sort of chimey, mellow but bright, slightly kind of honky middle position Telecaster sound going on. The neck pickup though is where it is kind of letting itself down a little bit. Like many budget Telecaster copies, the neck pickup is a bit woolly sounding, so I'll probably be modifying that. I'll probably be taking that out and putting maybe a Vanson pickup in there. In fact, I'm probably just going to upgrade, you know, both pickups, because why do half a job, frankly? But I'm not going to be touching the tuners, and as I say, I'm not going to be touching the bridge. So just a pickup upgrade, really necessary to turn this into something that is going to be punching well above its weight, let's say. Great opportunity to mod this guitar, actually, just to do those few little necessary upgrades. And obviously we'll be doing a before and after video to hear what difference those new pickups, probably Vansons, or I'll figure it out. I'll see what I can put my hands on, but we'll certainly be doing a side-by-side comparison with these stock pickups. And then, of course, the guitar will be going once again to Zoe's place for them to raffle or to sell off or to do whatever they want to do with, to raise a few quid for their very worthy cause. If you don't know about Zoe's place, it's essentially a charity in Middlesbrough which provides palliative, respite and end-of-life care to children under 5 with terminal illnesses. And, you know, I like to support them whenever I can, because they're just a small local charity, and they don't have the sort of the big voice and the big reach of the big kind of national and international charities. So that's why I like to support them, and that's where this guitar is going to be going to. So there you go, folks. That is my little quick review of the Glarry Telecaster copy. If you want one of these, then just keep your eye on the Glarry website, because they are quite popular and they do keep going out of stock. So, you know, when you see them in stock, pounce on one, and, you know, it's about 70 or 80 quid, and you can't really go wrong for that sort of money. But that is the video for today, folks. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you found it useful, informative, and maybe a little bit entertaining as well. And if you have, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so. Don't forget the live stream tomorrow, Friday at 5 PM UK time. We're just going to be sitting around having a beer and talking about whatever we want to talk about, basically. Usually guitar and music related, but any topic can and usually does crop up. It's a great way to kick off the weekend, and I'd love to see you there if you can make it. So I'll bid you all a good day for now, and before I go, I'll just hand you over to a representative from our legal department.
The small print.
Thanks for watching, folks. I just want to let you know that I receive absolutely no payment for making these videos. All equipment that I review is either bought by me with my own money or loaned to me by people who are generous enough to do so. I have no commercial relationship with any equipment manufacturer other than Fret Zealot, who host a couple of my courses, and if you use the discount code in the description, you will get a little bit of money knocked off, and I'll get a little bit of commission if you buy a Fret Zealot. Also, my signature guitar made by Scott Guitars UK, if you buy one of those, once again I receive a small commission. But you can rest assured that all opinions that you hear on this channel are mine and mine alone, and they are not the result of any form of sponsorship or payment. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye for now.